So today's video is about kids and chores. I remember while I was a teenager, my parents were featured in an article in the newspaper where we lived in Florida. The article was called How to Get Your Kids to Do Chores. And that's kind of an ongoing struggle a lot of parents face. First of all, it takes a lot of work to keep a household running, especially one with so many people. For kids and two parents, it's a lot of laundry, it's a lot of dishes, it's a lot to cook. And when I was growing up, 9 kids and mom and dad, there's just a lot that has to be done. And then there's also the goal of raising productive adults, people who know how to do the various chores that it takes to keep the household running. So chores are very important. And I know that my mom taught us when we were little about the pilgrims and how in pilgrim times, if someone didn't work, they were not allowed to eat. So if you're not contributing to the household, then you can't be taking benefits from the household. And it was just kind of instilled in us that it was our responsibility to pitch in and to help out. And I know my parents did give us allowance at various times throughout my childhood for chores that we would do that were above and beyond. But for the most part, there's just a little contribution everybody has to do just to keep the household running. Now, that being said, how do we get started getting our kids to pitch in and help around the house? At our house and also at my mom's house growing up, it started at a young age. Even the toddlers would be responsible for putting their own diapers in the trash. So it's really important, I think, just to pinpoint and find small tasks that kids can easily do or do with a little bit of help. After we change their diaper and get it all rolled up and ready to go, then I'll go open the trash can, and even as young as Theodore, he'll stand up and take his own diaper to the trash, and then we usually applaud for him. And it's a fun thing that we do, and just kind of making that cleaning up behind yourself, part of the way that they operate. The boys are also responsible to take their own dishes to the sink after meals, so that's huge. Just knowing and being responsible for cleaning up behind yourself. Along those same lines, the kids are responsible to clean up their own toys. It's not always, sometimes it's like pulling teeth, but they're responsible for cleaning up their own toys. Sometimes we'll do like a chore by chore. You do a chore and then there'll be like a small reward, like an M&M or two, and then they'll do another, pick up all of the cars or pick up all of the books or all of the blocks or different toys, groups of toys. And as they clean those up, then they'll get a reward. But ultimately, again, it is their responsibility. And I have no problem telling them that lunch will not be served until they're done cleaning up their toys, especially if it's not a huge mess and they're just kind of not in the mood. And for them to recognize that it's their job to contribute to the household, and this is how they do it. For their more regular cleaning, I have put together a chore chart, and that is each child has to do a section of the chore chart. The bottom section is the smallest in blue, and that Elliot always does. So he picks up the stuffed animals and the Paw Patrol toys. And then the longer lists with 5 jobs each, which I feel like they can count on their hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not too many. There's a red one and a black one, and Bruce and Isaac will alternate who's doing the red or the black list. So that way one person's not always stuck cleaning up the toys that are the most popular to play with. And I try to divide it. The things that have a lot of parts that are a little bit harder to clean are not all on one list or the other. So that division really helps them, and I have pictures next to the description, so that way they can glance at it and know, oh, I'm responsible for the blocks. Okay, after the blocks, I should pick up the cars. After the cars, I'll pick up the balls, down the list. So that's been really helpful for us as well, so I don't have to hands-on supervise every last step. I do tend to pitch in and help them clean up if they've had company at all, so that way they don't feel stingy about sharing their toys with their friends, less for the sharing and more because it makes a mess. So I tell them in advance, we're gonna have friends over, and remember, after friends come over, mommy will help you clean. Another chore that's really easy to help out with, the kids have always really enjoyed, each one of them has gone through the phase of really enjoying helping load and empty the dishwasher. It's definitely takes longer when they help out. But that being said, wanting to capitalize on their eagerness and willingness to work and take the time to show them how to do different tasks so that it'll be easier. And for each child, it's different. Like Teddy, he pretty much can just put the dishes in the dish or the silverware in the silverware tray, or hand me silverware out of the silverware tray. The bigger boys can hand me actual dishes out of the dishwasher, and they can actually have the silverware tray on a counter and sort the silverware into the silverware tray in the drawer. So again, just kind of working with their ability level, breaking the job down into a size that they can do it is helpful. They also enjoy washing the windows, just anything we can spray and wipe. I'm not really an oily mama, but I do love the Thieves essential oil cleaner because it is non-toxic, so I don't have to worry about spraying that on the windows, and it can pretty much clean any surface so the kids can wipe things down on their own. So that's something that I found that's super helpful for us. This chore rotation sheet in our schoolroom helps me keep track of the chores I'd like to be teaching the boys to do on a weekly basis. So we focus on a different set of chores every day of the week that I can mostly give them instructions and guide them through. That's on the top line, and then that next line for each day is chores that I'll accomplish while they're taking a rest in the afternoon. We've also started just implementing different chores basically as rites of passage to help the boys. Recently, one of our little friends got their ears pierced. It was a little girl, and she got her ears pierced. And in our house, we're not, well, I have my ears pierced, but the boys are not getting their ears pierced. Certainly not at the ripe old age of 5 and 4. So they were a little disappointed that was not something for little boys to do at our house. So we thought it'd be fun to come up with some things that are special for little boys to do at our house. Little rites of passage, things that denote that they are a big boy with new responsibilities. So Bruce gets to help take out the trash. Isaac usually puts the liner in the trash. Those are their big boy chores, and they're super proud of them. And then Elliot is really excited to get to put the lid back on the trash can after Isaac puts the liner in the trash. So again, just little things that are special, and they know that the big boys get to do it. Bruce has also been able to start helping cut his own hair. And that's, again, just one of those big boy tasks, getting to hold the razor. And since he just gets a buzz cut, we are able to just kind of put one guard on there and then just let him go at it. And then obviously after he has had a few strokes, we've got to have Brad go in, or myself, and we'll clean it up and make it look presentable. But it's just really special to him to get to participate in those jobs, and to not make chores out to be something terrible that, oh my goodness, now you have to do chores, as much as it's something to look forward to. Now you're big enough, you get to contribute more to the house. Here are some things that you can do. So they really enjoy that. Another chore they really enjoy, and I know I really enjoyed it as a kid, I remember my mom telling me that I used to always ask to help cook. And at one point we had to scale back on some of the activities we did outside the house because she noticed that it was easier for her to get to do the fun jobs like cooking. And she didn't have as much time to show me how to do the fun jobs like cooking because we were running around so much. My boys really enjoy cooking too. So thankfully, we haven't really had to make major alterations. Wednesday night, I can't have any help in the kitchen because we gotta get ready for Awanas. But they each have a weekday, Bruce on Monday, usually Isaac on Tuesday, and Elliot on Thursday, and Teddy will have his day soon, where they get to help in the kitchen. They get to help with the meal prep. If I need to prep anything in the morning and throughout the day, if I'm working on dinner, I'll let them know so they can come in and help me put that dinner together. And then they're super enthusiastic about eating it and sharing it with the rest of the family, and are less likely to turn up their nose, even though they know they're not allowed to complain about the food. They're even more excited not to complain about the food when they've helped make it. And then they're super excited about the preparation, about eating it, and about sharing it with the family. And they learn new skills little by little. I can let them do a little bit more in the kitchen. So, and ultimately my goal is for my boys to know how to cook meals. And so that's something that they can do.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Please bless this food to our bodies. Amen.
Amen. Can you take this one to Elliot?
Help cook this?
The broccoli.
The chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's very good. Very good cook.
Oh, and then not with the broccoli.
Oh, okay.
I'll make it again. How about the potatoes? What? How about with the potatoes? I don't put the potatoes. I help with the potatoes.
Another job the boys have been responsible for a while is making sure their shoes are put neatly by the door, and also their water bottles are stacked on the counter in the kitchen. Other chores that the kids help with, they'll help put away their own laundry. It's super easy especially now that we're down to just a few articles a day of laundry. From the doing a little bit every day, they can put a couple shirts in the shirt drawer, and then another one can put a couple pants in the pant drawer, and someone else can take the kitchen towels down to the kitchen. So it's really neat, again, to break down those chores, to capitalize on their eagerness and excitement, and to teach them while they're young, and just instill in them a good work ethic, and help them recognize that they're part of our family and part of our team, and they are an essential part of our household, and we love them for who they are, but we also love and appreciate our big, strong boys and what they contribute to our house. So that's just a little bit about chores at the SQ house. I'm sure that more chores will be added, and I'm sure there will be more attitudes that we encounter down the way, but ultimately the work ethic is huge. Wanting to instill in them a responsibility and take the time to train them how to do chores well. I would love to hear a little bit more about your chores at your house, the things that you enjoy doing, the things that you don't enjoy doing as much, the things that your kids pitch in and help with, or that you're teaching them to do. Definitely drop a comment below and let me know about those, and subscribe to my channel.